What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing the first episode of a new series, and the series is called Games That You Should Try That Are Often Overlooked. So, in this series, we're just basically going to be reviewing games that most people would just toss to the side right after seeing the cover of it. And we have a really good example of a game like that for this first episode. You probably know it by the title, but the game is Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom. So, you might have thought just when I said Spongebob that this is a bad game automatically, but you will see in the review how I think about this. And many people consider it like a really, really good game, especially if you're into 3D platformers. So, we're going to be reviewing this by categories, and then we're going to add up the categories in the end for a final score. So, we'll have a score for graphics, story, voice acting, gameplay, and replayability, sorry. So, let's just get right into it. And, yeah. Okay, so first we're going to be doing the category graphics. So, I do apologize if my voice sounds a little weird. I am kind of sick right now. It's just my allergies. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But the graphics, if you look closely, remember this game was made in, I believe, 2003, and it was for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, and I believe PC. So, the graphics are, I'd say they're okay for a PS2 game. I wouldn't say they're outstanding. I wouldn't say they're revolutionary. I'd say they're decent. The models are pretty nice, I must admit that. Like, the models of buildings, the actual characters, they look pretty nice 3D models of the characters, of the 2D characters in the show. So, yeah, that's pretty much, I can't really talk very much about the graphics, but for the most part, they are decent. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a 7 out of 10 for this category. So next is the story. So I must admit the story is pretty, it's pretty generic, and kind of cliche. So what happens is Plankton, he makes a bunch of robots to finally get the secret Krabby Patty formula. Then he has for some reason he has an obey and don't obey switch, and once he made the robots, he had it on don't obey. So the robots don't obey anything he says. So they basically just automatically destroy Bikini Bottom and stuff and invade it. So, and then in the meantime, SpongeBob and Patrick are playing with toy robots, and what a coincidence, because SpongeBob or Patrick, I don't remember which one, asks or wishes for a robots to appear like in the morning. So like real robots, because they get bored of their toy robots. And then he wakes up in the morning, and of course there's robots destroying Bikini Bottom. And yeah, that's basically all that happens, and SpongeBob has to stop these robots and destroy as many as he can. So yes, the story is pretty lackluster, but that's not why this game is so good. So I'm going to give the story a 5 out of 10. Next off is voice acting. So I'm not really good at this, but voice acting does kind of play a key role in this game, mainly because it is based off of a TV show that obviously has voice actors for the characters. So voice acting is actually very good in this game. There's some times where it's bad, which I will talk about later, but this game mostly has the original actors of the characters, voice actors of the characters, which is the best voice actors you could get for characters is the original. So that is really good. Most characters that I've seen have their original voice actors from the show, and I can easily tell that. But there's also some characters that I can easily tell is not the original voice actor, such as Mr. Krabs.
But the carnival is closed. A pesky robot has taken over me ticket booth. And worse, me money. If you help me get rid of that no-good robot, I'll give you a big reward.
So that obviously is not good for the game. But overall, I'm just going to give it a 9 out of 10 for voice acting. Oh, and just listen to this and tell me it's the same person who sings the theme song in the show.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Hypnotic nonsense be something you wish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
And drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob SquarePants!
I mean, I guess that wasn't that far off, but I just don't see why they couldn't have just used the original theme song. Like, that sounds a lot worse, in my opinion. Next is gameplay. So, gameplay is where this game really shines. So, you can play as 3 characters, SpongeBob, Patrick, or Sandy. And the levels are actually very well planned out. There's different things to do. You're not just jumping on platforms the entire time, like some of the new SpongeBob games. You're actually doing stuff. There's puzzles. You gotta try it out for yourself out and look at the gameplay, and then you'll see some good examples. So, for example, Patrick can pick up watermelons and do certain puzzles with that, and it's all just really well thought out, and you can tell they actually put time into this game, and they didn't just make a really bland game and slap SpongeBob on the cover of it. Sometimes it's hard to explain gameplay, though, but I think I explained it pretty well. And next is the boss battles. Well, this ties under gameplay, obviously, but the boss battles are really, really fun. They're mostly like giant robots of the characters. So I'll show some gameplay right here. And there's always a different way to defeat the robot, and overall they're just super fun. So that's it for the gameplay. This might sound a little far-fetched, but I'm gonna give the gameplay a 9 out of 10. And lastly is replayability. So replayability of this game is pretty good, I guess. You can go back and collect, once you beat the game, you can go back and try and collect all the items, like 100%. And I believe there's a few secret endings. But replayability doesn't really matter that much in my opinion, so I can't really say a lot about it. But yeah, you can go back and 100% it if you haven't already. Go back to the other worlds, collect everything. So the replayability is pretty good in my opinion. So I'm going to give the replayability a 7 out of 10. Okay, now it's time for the final score. So, there was 5 categories that we evaluated this on. So, therefore, it will be out of 50. And if we add all of the scores for every category up, it is 36 out of 50. So that is the final score for this game. So it might not seem that good, but it's actually a better perspective of it is about 7.2 out of 10. So I don't think I think I usually give games like pretty low reviews, kinda. So 7.2 out of 10 might not seem that good, but it's actually pretty good in my opinion. It is not an 8, a 9, or a 10, but keep in mind that we also discovered a lot of different categories, and mostly this game is good for its gameplay. And that was only one of the categories, so also keep that in mind. But do I recommend this game? Definitely. I definitely recommend to pick this up, especially if you're a 3D platformer fan. So, that's going to be all for this video. If you watched it to the end, thank you so much. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.